We're back with another botany lesson, and today I wanted to discuss vines. A lot of times we think about planting a vine in our garden and we think it needs support, but do we know the proper way to support those vines? So there are multiple ways in which vines actually grow or climb up a structure. And so I wanted to kind of go over some of those different ways to save yourself a headache later and to make sure that you're also creating the right structure to support that plant. So one of the ways that vines often climb is just simply by twining the top of the stem around structures. So we see this with morning glories, with wisterias, and depending on how woody that vine is, of course, you want to pay attention to the size of the structure that you're giving it. Of course, a wisteria is going to need a lot more than like a morning glory or something. But here we have some weeds. We can see we've got this twining vine that has actually curled its way up this fleabane daisy, and you can see it's even jumped over to the next one. So plants like this will find a way to support themselves if you don't support them. Many vines will, because they're trying to reach that sunlight. But this is a twining vine. A lot of times they will start out smaller and they will have that younger growth that is more supple to be able to twist around whatever structure you have. So it's best to give them something a little bit smaller so they can get that initial stem around. But knowing what plant you have that you're dealing with might dictate how beefy that structure is. Of course, a wisteria is going to need something a little bit bigger than, say, a morning glory. Now, next we have here are vines that have tendrils. So these vines, you can see, actually have little tendrils. So they're kind of like these modified stems that reach out, and they're what actually attach the main vine stem to the structure that's supporting it. So here we can see we have a piece of a grapevine here, and you can see how woody that grapevine will get eventually, but it starts with something like this, and these little tendrils that reach out and try to grab, giving it that space and that structure to grow upon. Now, again, knowing how beefy that plant material is, whether it's woody or herbaceous, because here we have a gourd. This is a snake gourd that also has tendrils. And of course, gourds, a lot of our vegetables we treat as annuals. And so they just need some sort of a net or something to be able to grab hold of to support that plant material. Now, the next ones we have here, so this is some Boston ivy and also some Virginia creeper. So Boston ivy and Virginia creeper also have tendrils. However, their tendrils have little pads. If you've ever looked at like a tree frog stuck to the window and those kind of round pads, that's what this really looks like. And those pads have adhesive that actually stick to whatever structure that it's growing on. So be forewarned that if you put something like this around your house, it can actually attach itself and moisture can get in there between the paint or the wood and also the plant material. So it can cause damage to your structure. In fact, you can actually see one of these where I pulled it off and it pulled a little bit of the wood off with it. So that is Boston ivy and also Virginia creeper that a lot of times you'll be seeing growing up on structures. Virginia creeper, often confused with poison ivy, but has 5 leaves, is what we find a lot of times out in the woods growing up in the trees. Now, another plant we have here as an example is a vine that has aerial roots. So this is euonymus winter creeper and is often used in the garden, but has become invasive in wild areas. And you can see why, because it's pretty aggressive. And what happens is when it gets close to a tree, again, it's trying to climb up so that it can compete with resources and get some of that sunlight. And so it will attach itself to the bumpy tree bark with these adventitious roots, these aerial roots that will cling to that bark, allowing it to travel up that tree. So again, this is physically attaching itself to that structure. So be aware of that too. Now, there's other plants that we think of as vines that really aren't vines, such as climbing rose. We hear about climbing rose, but it doesn't actually climb itself. So climbing roses are sort of like brambles in the fact that they put out these long branches that we have to mechanically tie those to a structure. So we use some sort of tape or something to attach it, but it has no mechanical way of actually attaching itself to any structure. So these are some of the different ways that vines grow, and it's important to kind of know so that you can provide the right support and also make sure that you're putting it in the right place and not causing any damage to your home. We hope you enjoyed this video as part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on the OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.